Welcome to another episode of
Where I can top my knee.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Jonathan, and we are a Boys Love podcast that talks about our favorite shows and all the press and mess around them.
And Jonathan, can you believe we have reached over 200 followers on
Oh
Instagram?
my god.
We're doing the thing.
We've come a long
Thank
way.
you. We've come a long way from 5 followers to 200 in the span of, what is this? Maybe,
It's
are we
like
approaching
3?
6 months?
No, I feel like it's been
21
like 3.5
episodes?
months.
3.5? Oh, that's right. We started in
like
late.
May. No?
We didn't
We
start
started
in
in
May.
April.
We started, our first episode was the last week of February.
Oh, oof, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's 21 episodes means 21 weeks. This is our 21st episode.
Oh my god, y'all. Y'all better go back
Yeah.
and listen to all those 20 episodes, because we
Uh,
made content. Go listen
we
to content.
definitely made content. We have 21 main episodes, but I think we're approaching 30 total, including some of our bonus episodes and all of that stuff. So we're doing the thing.
We're putting in the
we're living
work.
large,
We're putting in
okay?
the
We're
work.
doing it. Also, I want to point out we got a like from Alan, from the boyfriend, on
I was so
our most
surprised.
recent post.
Yeah.
I'm shocked, that we got that recognition. So Alan, thank you
Thank
for at
you.
least liking the post.
That he heard us say that he was horny on the show.
He know he horny. Like, come on.
He know.
He knows. Like, and we're okay with that. I mean, you needed to get a release, and you didn't get it that night. That's okay.
I
But
can't.
Also, I'm still not over Bank saying our names.
I know. I hope
Oh
we
my
get to meet Moss Bank. Like, I'm going to Thailand in September. I'm gonna go to like the Star Hunter. They have like a new Star Hunter village that just opened up. So I'll be like, hey,
maybe
who's
you
around?
can get. Well, you could ask PO.
I should. I'll DM it.
You should. And then I want to point out that, because one thing that Jonathan and I do, because we're trying to look at the growth of our podcast. Yes.
Of the listener base.
And we want to see the listener base, because we're trying to figure out, like, what do people want to hear? Like, we're saying what we want to say, and we're assuming that everyone loves what we have to say, because so far no complaints, so that's great. And we're getting more followers, but our biggest group of listeners are in the US, as expected, but our second largest group is in Nigeria. And as someone who is of Nigerian descent, as in my parents immigrated here from Nigeria, like, that means a lot to me. It hits home personally that, I got my peoples really into our show. Like, they love us, Jonathan.
I mean, they love BL. Didn't know there was such a large population that was watching BL in Nigeria.
Clearly there is. And you know what? It's not, in a way, I'm not surprised, because K-dramas are a big thing in Nigeria recently. So K-dramas in general. And there are more and more Nigerians who are official translators for when Korean delegates and business folk come to Nigeria, because Nigeria got a lot of oil. So of course you got all these folks coming over trying to make that money. So in a way, I'm not surprised, but I'm also like, this is great. Like, they're listening to our podcast, So
so thank you
all good things.
Thank you all.
Yes. Thank you. Anyway, let's get to the word on the tweet.
So, word on the tweet. I feel like this was low-key a long time coming. So Longley and Frank, they're not a new ship, but they're not an old ship either. Like, they started maybe like a year and a half ago. They just Frank made a post saying that, sad to announce that They are breaking up as a ship. You know, they're going their own
Aw.
ways.
Aw.
Um, it's very sad because I do like them together, but they were getting the worst scripts ever.
Yes.
Like from Love Syndrome
Yes.
3, that was so toxic. That was like yikes. To
Mm-hmm.
Crazy Handsome Rich, which is like a really like that was like super that was like not for international audience. It was like dubbed over, a lot of like slapstick like Thai comedy in that. And then we got
Mm.
OMG Vampire, which was also very unserious. But that was like I feel like that was their best show that they had because it was like at least like your normal run of the mill campy Thai show. But the other two were just
Mm.
like extremes.
Poorly executed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm happy to see them in other stuff. Like I will. Longley's already coming out with something soon with the new boy, and Frank right now is in the Rebound.
Yes.
So
Yes, he is. He's rebounding in
he's
the rebound.
rebounding. Oh, anyway, we'll talk more about that later. But I hope Frank comes back to GMMTV. I hope he gets back with Drake. Like that would be such a
Well, I don't
big
know. You did see
comeback.
the ending to Wandee Goodday, which we'll talk about in a little
I know, but
bit.
that's not
But
official. That was just a little. They threw that in there, but
well, they that was building up. That could be a new ship. You never know.
no, that's
You never
not a
know.
new ship. They threw
You
that in
never
there
know.
last
A new
second.
asexual ship. We might be down
Drake
with that.
needs to get back with Frank. Frank is available. Come on, y'all. GMMTV, make
Yeah.
it happen.
Well, maybe Frank don't want to get back with Drake.
They do. They were just like taking photos together the other day. Frank like went over to
Okay,
Drake's
maybe they just
house.
want to be friends, you know.
If they're friends, they can still kiss on screen. But anyway, the next point I was gonna talk about is, I think last week actually, GMMTV like announced the guidelines for their like fan story submission project thing,
Mm-hmm.
and people weren't happy because the guidelines were so like, first of all, you get like what 30,000 baht, which is like $800 USD,
Whack.
nothing, and you
Whack.
completely sign over all rights, all copyright, all trademark, everything to GMMTV. So I feel like you get
Mm-hmm.
kind of nothing. Like imagine if this is like the Nets last Twilight, or if this is like the Nets, I don't know, the Nets together, and it blows
Right.
up, and it's this touring, and it's merch, everything. I feel like you're getting nothing. You get maybe your name in like the
Absolutely
title
nothing.
sequence, but like maybe you get flown out to meet the cast, but that's all you're getting. You're not getting really anything.
Yeah. And I'm actually, because I know you and I had discussed, because we have a lot of ideas, you and I
We got a
do.
lot of ideas. I don't
And
know if I can
and we
write out a whole
had
script,
discussed,
but
right. And we had discussed, maybe sending something that way, but not for no $800 and not barely getting any rights,
no rights, eight
like
hundred
to
dollars. I think it
me,
also must be in Thai,
right, which I
so you
mean,
have to like pay to have your whole script translated too.
right, that's the $800 gone right there.
Honestly.
So to me it's like, I feel as if what they should have done to sweeten the pot, if they wanted
Mm.
ideas, you should get at least maybe 1 to 2% of the residuals from that.
Anything,
Like you
yeah.
should get executive producer,
Mm-hmm.
um, a title at the very least, um,
That'd be
plus
great to
the
be
eight
like a
hundred
main part
dollars.
of the show, to like a
Right.
cameo in the show. I mean,
I
that's
mean, I
still
don't
like
need the
not enough, but
cameo. Like there
yeah,
should be
to
room to negotiate, but at the end of the day, the
the story
main
should
thing you
still
should
be
get,
yours,
yeah, you
and you're
have
like
rights to the
leasing it out to
story.
GMMTV.
Yeah, you have rights to the story. You're getting residuals from it, like 1 to 2%, which is not a lot,
It's
but
not
it's
much,
something. You're
but
gonna keep getting
yeah.
money from it, and then still get that $800. Like I would still take it. And then also like that's when I would get an entertainment attorney to help with contracts and things like that, because I would want to have room to negotiate a clear contract if I were to win that. I'm not going to sell my rights to my idea just so that it's on GMMTV. Like, boy, stop. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm gonna let y'all use the idea if you like it, and I'm gonna try to make some money. Okay.
Okay, I mean, like there are a lot of really good writers out there. Like there's so many good fan fiction that
Yes.
I've read before. Like there's some good stories that I hope get told,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I'm gonna lean in a little more, a little more. Hopefully, maybe they'll update it or they'll do something to sweeten the deal. But yeah.
I really hope so. I really, really do. I really hope that they change stuff. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
what else is happening?
Anyway, and this just happened like, well, we saw this like yesterday or today. But it's like Shun posted something on his story, and we were like, it's Shun from The Boyfriend on Netflix. We were like, did he
Mm.
get signed to like a modeling agency? Like, what is this?
And it looks like he did, which, are we
Are we
surprised?
surprised? No, we're not surprised. I mean,
Right.
he's a very pretty man. And
Mm-hmm.
people were already like, first of all, the whole Shundai thing. We talk about it more on our bonus episode of The Boyfriend, but
Right. Which
people
everyone should
have,
listen to because it's
yes, go
great and
listen
it's
to that.
messy and it's all the things that you could hope and dream for.
But they've been people have been like analyzing like all the places they go to in their on their
Yes.
like Instagram. So like people like compare
Mm-hmm.
locations, and like on the back of Dai's phone, he has like a photo of some boy, and people were like, who does this photo look like? What does this photo look like? And I think it is the photo that Shun just posted on his Instagram. I think it's that photo
Oh,
like printed out on the back of Dai's phone.
oh,
But
really?
we shall see. We don't know. We shall see. All speculation.
Ooh, I mean, there's other speculation about the boyfriend, but we won't get into that
Oh
today.
yeah, that's leave her alone. Let her let her bury that
Or
past.
ever. We'll leave it
Yeah.
alone.
Okay.
Anywho, I think we have some shows that have
Just ended.
just ended. So let's get into it. So we have two shows that just ended. Wandee Goodday, which I think, let's get into that to start off with. And for folks who have not seen a single episode of that, it's all available on GMMTV's YouTube channel for you to binge. Is it worth the binge, Jonathan?
Yes, this was a really good show. I loved In and Great's chemistry. Like they were so good
Me
together.
too. And they're a new ship for
A new
GMMTV.
ship, new boys, grown men,
Mm-hmm.
grown situation.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes. And we love a grown situation because, we get a lot of high school and university BLs. And maybe this one has a little bit of university aspect because Yak
Yak is
is
supposed to
a
be,
super senior,
yeah.
you know. But other than that, that was not like the main focus. Like you saw him
But he was
taking
still a
classes, but
boxer
he was
first.
primarily a boxer, right? Um, I
And
liked the
yeah.
show.
This
I
was such
thought
a good
the ending,
show.
it was a good show. I thought the ending was kind of meh, but everything leading up to it was great.
Yeah, I think the storyline, the conversations about,
Mm.
being friends with benefits to like having
Mm-hmm.
a secret relationship
To being fake boyfriends,
to
but
being,
really y'all
yeah.
doing a lot of stuff that real boyfriends
Yeah, it
do.
was a lot of like they're denying what we are, and I kind of love that kind of storyline. I love a fake boyfriend storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Um it just, and I love Pod being messy in the show. Dr. Turd
Mm.
loved Pod. I was a
Did
little
you
weirded
think it was
out.
weird that
Yes, that
Dr.
he got
Turner
with the
10?
friend. Yeah, I was like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, Yak,
Yeah, it
get
was a
your
little
friend,
weird.
because he's hopping people every 2 seconds.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is a little
I was like,
weird,
he could
especially
have
when you
ended
had a
up
whole
alone.
doctor that another doctor who.
Yeah, well, she got a pass. Remember, she got a
That's right.
pass from the
We
rebound.
gonna get into past later, but
But yeah, I was like, he shouldn't have gone with anyone. Like, no, you do not deserve a happy ending, or at least
right,
you don't deserve a couple at the end of the show.
right.
Like, you deserve to like be by yourself in your studies, or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like this show was like, or at least get with the boy. I want to see Pod with the boy again. So I was like, this whole show you were like proving um to Wandee that that your feelings, you realize your feelings for him and you like him, and then you're gonna swerve to some new girl at the end. I don't know.
Yeah, the swerve was a little too fast,
It was a little too fast,
a
but
little too fast. But overall,
overall everything
I
else was
like
good. Like the side
everything else was
couple
good.
with Cher and yay.
Yeah, and then I
I thought they
also
were cute.
liked.
Yeah.
I thought they were cute, and I also
Yeah.
liked Cal and you know I
Did that man
really
have a name?
appreciate
He
it.
came in episode 11,
He
like at the
did, but
ninth
I forgot
hour.
his name. But I appreciated the
That they didn't fully,
asexuality.
yeah, they didn't fully drop that storyline of Drake's character in the show, Cal's asexuality. Yeah,
Well, they kind of talked about it in the first couple of episodes. Like
and
he
then
did
Drake
say he was
became a background
asexual.
character. Oh, his
Yeah.
hit. So
Well,
title's
he wasn't.
name in the show is Blue.
Okay. And
Random.
yes, that's right. And I would not say that he was necessarily in the background because he was a big part of how Yak and D ended up getting together because he's
He
D's
was
best
he
friend
was
and also
supplying
happened to
them
be Yak's
the
like yeah,
costumes and
supplying them the out costumes. He was also like the
mm-hmm.
therapist for Yak.
I love how
Like
he's like a
there was
sex
a lot going.
therapist,
He was a
but yet
big
he
part
turned
of their
into like
relationship.
a different kind of psychiatrist at the end for Yak. I was like, that's not how that works, but okay.
Yeah.
Or I think he was like a couples therapist. I didn't think he was a sex therapist. I'm confused.
I think he was a little bit of both.
He was
You
like a
know,
little bit of
but
everything. He was your general
yeah,
therapist, I guess.
yeah. You know, and
Um,
he was a big, and I think that and the fact that he was asexual, and they talked about asexuality in a way to kind of have people understand what it is,
mm-hmm.
which is great. Like we don't see a lot where people talk about the A in the LGBTQ plus alphabet,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's really nice that they were able to bring that into the storyline in a way that didn't feel forced, you
It
know?
didn't feel
Like it
forced. It
felt
just
like
needed a little bit more story time. I wish we got Blue a little earlier in the background.
yeah,
Maybe he was like seeing him, or he was like a friend of someone else, or like a new intern at the hospital. Like if you're gonna
yeah.
introduce this like third couple, make it a little earlier.
Maybe. But also I think too, because remember when we started when with Cal, he had just gotten out of another bad relationship because people wanted to start off with, you know, just the you know, all of
Stop.
that, you know, and he wasn't down with that because that's just
Yeah,
not his
yeah.
thing, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I think, and he was on, if I'm remembering correctly, he was on a dating app, so he was kind of dating folk, and this was someone that came up on the app, and you know, to be honest, because Cal might be like me. You're not gonna know if I'm dating someone until it actually happens.
Oh my god.
And
I
like
mean, that's
until
what he
there's
says at
something
the end.
official,
He's
you're not
like,
gonna know. They're just gonna be like, bloop, there
yeah,
they are.
he
They just
was
gonna pop
like,
out.
I wasn't sure if I should bring up this person because it's still kind of new, but we'll see how it goes. I
Yeah,
was like, all
because
right.
I'm kind of like that. I'm the same way. Like you're not gonna know who I'm talking to or whatnot until we're out of the talking stage. Because when we're in the talking stage, you don't need to know who they are.
I
But
know,
when we're
but him and
official,
Wandee were such,
yeah,
they told
even
each
with
other
my close
everything.
friends, I don't tell them. I don't care how close I am. They're not gonna know
All right,
until we're
secret.
official.
All right,
Yeah,
secrecy.
because that's my business. You know what I'm saying? And when I am committed to that person and they're committed to me, then we'll like, okay, we can go public, you know. But
All right,
that's
Mr.
who knows. I
DL.
might have somebody right now and you don't even know it.
Oh wow, I will be so sad, y'all. I'll be like, wow, this some
Yeah, because
fake podcasts.
I wouldn't tell anybody
I
until
can't.
it is official. So,
So you're just
um
like Poom and We Are the series, huh?
uh no. Because Poom is a whole mess. Before we even get into talking about We Are, what do we rate the series?
I'd rate this a good 7.
Yeah, I would give it a 7 or 8. Like somewhere maybe a 7.5. Like I enjoyed the show.
It
And
was
I
good. Like
think
episode 1 to like 6 were really good, and then it slowly started fizzling out.
yeah, I wouldn't say it got silly, but I still was excited to watch it. It was not like my stand-in where every single episode with the exception of the last episode really had us on the edge of our seat.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because
But
this show didn't really have like it didn't have like a cursed episode 11. They
no,
did
it
that a little
didn't.
earlier. They did it like episode like 7 or something
Mhm.
or 6,
Mhm.
where they had that
Yeah.
like breakup.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
So which was good. I mean, I enjoyed it overall.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah,
But then the other show that
yeah.
we
That
aren't the series.
we aren't. We are or we aren't?
We aren't at all.
We ain't.
We ain't.
I
We should
can't.
not.
That's I don't. This show was way too long.
It was drawn out way too much.
It was
And
15 episodes or 16.
16.
Way too
16.
long. It could have
You know
ended
what? And
8
I had a
episodes
little
ago.
hope for it because it's like they have a ton of couples. So I'm like, okay, I could see why you'll give it 16 so then each couple could have equal time.
But each
But
couple, like,
you know
nothing
what?
really happened with each
Nothing
couple.
happened.
Like, it's not
Right.
like they had, like, crazy, like, story, like, character progressions. Like, it
Right.
was only really.
They were all in the same place.
Yeah,
Literally for
even
the whole series.
even the main couple, like, even, um, Poom and
Poom and Peem.
Poom and Peem. Even Poom and Peem, like, they didn't. I don't know. There wasn't that much character growth. There wasn't that much.
They were the same the whole show.
Like,
I was
Pon's character in this show was kind of, I don't know, his backstory, that you're mad at your dad because he sent you away to America when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I was so
I don't
confused
know if
because
they
I was
said
like,
America, but it was abroad.
yeah,
and he was a
got
kid.
sent abroad as a kid,
And he felt abandoned.
and he felt abandoned because he, like, missed out on his childhood or something. And I was just like, did they ever explain why any of that happened? Because
Yes,
Fang
they
is his
did.
older brother,
Said,
right?
yeah, it was because they were having the explanation, which was a weak
They were just
explanation.
business.
They had business issues, and that's why he had to send him away.
But, like, that was the
it
whole
still didn't
drama.
make sense to me, but I was like,
okay. And Fang is okay with it, or did Fang not get sent away? Just you.
He didn't get sent away.
But Fang is the older brother, so why did this younger brother get sent away?
I guess because he was old enough to help out with the business. I don't know.
It
didn't make any sense to me.
It wasn't. I needed more like a better backstory to really understand.
It wasn't. It was a very weak backstory, and
that
then
doesn't.
to add to it,
yeah.
And the ending of the show, I'm thinking
that conversation was so weak.
For a more honest conversation between
Literally
Poom and his dad.
I wanted
and
some
more
tears.
He was like, I'm just gonna be nice to him.
Literally, I was like,
huh?
That's it. They had one dinner.
Like,
did he even say like, this is my boyfriend? I don't think so.
No, he didn't introduce his boyfriend. They didn't like. I was hoping for a Young Jun, Young Kyung kind of sit down where they talk for an hour. Instead, we got all we got was
like, yeah, so you're graduating soon, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
An uncomfortable answer, but he's talking to his dad.
Yeah, but he's
and
not
then
like
with
shielding
Peem
him
saying,
out.
I'm so proud of you. What?
I was like, okay, waited 16 episodes for that?
For this?
I wanted you to blow up. I wanted you to be like, I felt abandoned, like you're a terrible dad.
I wanted
like,
an honest, real conversation, and we didn't get that. Like,
we didn't get that. This show was unserious. This show was just the whole gaggle of friends drinking and like kissing each other, and like it was just like weird to have this giant group of friends all coupled up together.
Yeah, and
that's one thing.
I don't know if it was meant to be like a slice of life kind of thing.
I mean, they were kind of flying through their college years because it went from freshman year to like sophomore year to junior year at the end.
Oh yeah, were they? Because I think when they started,
they were freshmen.
Weren't they already in their sophomore year?
No, they were.
No, not all of them were freshmen because already they were in two different late.
Yeah, Poom and
because Poom and
so
Peem were both in the same year but in different faculties.
No.
Yeah, because remember the one who was younger was what's his name?
Oh wait, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Poom, Peem, Q, Chain, Pun, they're all in the same year. And then Tan and Fang are a year ahead. Or the older, 1 year ahead. And then Toy
you had a few who are a year younger.
Is a year younger.
Toys, right. Yeah, they weren't all in the same age level group. And they're all supposed to be like, give or take a year or two apart.
Yeah, but it's still...
Yeah.
I don't know. This friend group was giant and loved... It felt nice having a big friend group. Like, it seemed like, they really all hang out together and really all
But you know what other show had a giant friend group from GMMTV?
What show?
Only Friends. They had a
Oh,
big ass friend group. But the
I
thing
mean,
is,
but
that
they weren't
made
all dating
sense.
each
Like,
other in that friend
they
group.
weren't, well, there was only one person trying to sleep around with everybody, but we'll say that.
I mean
But
that didn't
the
feel like
thing
a
is,
friend group as more like a there was like a one main four and everyone's partners. This felt
you're
like
right.
they were all genuinely all like friends with each other and each other's boyfriends, and they
Yeah.
all went to the same school and they all I don't know.
And we have to admit, OnlyFriends was just much better executed than we are.
I mean, it focused on different things.
Yeah. And
It
there was
focused on more on the
more.
drama of the friendship. Here, like nobody had a problem with anyone. They never fought each other. Everything was
And
just
if
all
they did
happy go
have a
lucky.
problem, it was a very stupid problem
It
that
felt
was
yeah.
based on
Like they
miscommunication.
dragged
Like,
on the Q drama with everyone. Like that was the only drama that they had as like a
yeah, and
friendship
that was
drama.
in itself was not really drama. It was
That
just
was just
stupid.
I don't know
Stupid.
because you didn't want to admit your feelings for this boy, and
And for
everyone
what reason, it doesn't make sense because clearly everybody in this friend group is gay. So
everyone in the
I
friend group
don't.
was gay. Everyone gay. Everyone gay.
So I don't understand what the
Both
issue
brothers are
would
gay.
be.
Everyone gay. The whole family gay.
Yeah,
Nobody.
everybody gay. So you have nothing to hide
uh,
here. So I don't understand what the drama is about. Like, you
I
need
think it
to.
was just yeah that it was like, oh, you were the secret kid that I passed messages to in the cafe. Like we wrote post-it notes to each other, and you ghosted me one day, and I was really sad. And it
And
was
it
never
wasn't really
really
a ghost. It's like he went to school
no
and y'all didn't
Q
know who
Q
the other
like
person was.
Q did kind of ghost. He said like I don't know. He went through like a bad freshman year, and so he like didn't write back on the notes.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
But
But
then
even then, it's
even
not that
then
deep.
like
Y'all
I don't
didn't know
know.
each other.
And then Toy found out that it was Q the whole time, and that's why he wanted to be your mentee or whatever, or happy to
Right.
be your mentee. But then
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was a complicated story. Didn't really go anywhere. Happy they're together. It was just kind of people needed to accept their feelings.
Yeah, it's just dumb.
But the Tan and Fang, that was I don't know 10. Like I do like Ooh Boom, but Ooh was being very over the top this show.
And so
He was being
clingy.
annoying boyfriend the whole
So
show.
clingy. Ugh, it was gross.
It was just very annoying. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Anywho, I
Anywho, what would you rate
I
this
give that
show?
show a rating of
Um,
maybe a 4.5.
oh, that's
I know that's
low
kind
for
of
a
low.
GMMTV show with this big
That's
of a
I know that's
cast.
low, but the show wasn't
I
that
agree.
good.
I'll
Like,
give
it
it like a
was.
5. Like I couldn't get into it at first, and then I enjoyed it for a little bit for Pon Puin because they were kind of caring for a little bit, and then I
Yeah.
liked Winnie Satang for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then it fizzled out because it just dragged on for too long.
Yeah. Like, it was a drag, literally, and not in a good way. Not a
It's
drag and
nice if
brunch.
someone just wants to see like a real good giant cast and just feel like you're part of the friend group and you just need something
Yeah.
fluffy and not too serious.
Mm-hmm.
But
It was. It wasn't.
ooh, it ain't. We ain't the series.
uh, you know
Uh,
what? We got to do the shows of the week that we're watching. So let's get into that.
oh yeah, what is your show of the week, Kevin?
So mine is Bad Guy from Souk Films. Souk Films was what gave us Blue Boys not too long
You're
ago.
all about that company. You love.
Well, listen, you know what, we haven't had a lot of good Korean BLs in a while. And Souk
mm,
Films is doing these little web series that, are actually not bad,
all
and
right.
Bad Guy, just the first episode came out. We're not doing a new show alert this week because surprisingly, none of the new shows are out yet, but they will be
Next week,
for
next
the
week,
next
four
one, and it's
minutes.
a
I'm
lot of
waiting
them.
for 4 minutes next week.
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
Bad Guy is a web series, and it is essentially about a guy who is getting married who meets up with his ex. and his ex
Another
happens to
messy
be a
story.
guy,
Oh.
and he only meets up with him to tell him, guess what? I'm getting married.
Mm.
And they go to hang out, have a few drinks,
One
and
thing leads to another. Cheating.
right. And yes. So this man, that's why it's called Bad Guy, is literally trying to cheat on his current fiance and probably is trying to have a side thing with his ex that he allegedly dumped for some bullshit. And now is getting married to a woman because he feels it's something he has to do.
I feel like that's still so similar to that other show you were watching of the two friends.
Which one?
The other Korean like web series that you were watching with the two friends, and one had a girlfriend and they weren't like really together. And
Oh, the one June and June?
no, a web series, YouTube.
Oh, it's different from that one. I know which
I
one
know,
you're
but
talking
it
about.
feels very like the same. Like,
Oh no,
oh,
this
there's a
one is
guy
this
that I'm with the
dude
girl, but I
is
still like this guy from my past.
well, the other one, see, the girl was cheating on him with the girl. They were together because friends kept putting them together, so they thought they needed to pretend. At least that was a mutual agreement.
I
In this
guess.
case, the girl don't know, his fiance don't know that he's gay. He's in the closet. So
Mm,
this is a little different. So
uh,
she thinks she marrying this man for love and money or whatever. And instead, she gonna be in for a rude awakening that this dude don't love her at all.
oh, I hope not.
And he's hoping to have a child with her to appease his parents. So I guess, he's just gonna, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if how he's gonna do it. He's gonna do something. I guess we'll
I
find out.
I hope um Korea gets more happy stories than people still figuring out their sexualities and cheating on girls and
I
sleeping
mean,
with
we
men.
we we do have the
BL.
happy stories, right? Like like what was it that we finished a couple months ago? Love for Love's Sake. And then we had what was it? No, that's right. That was the only one this year so far.
I feel like a lot of Korean shows are
Because Gray Shelter
still
was a mess.
coming of age and like still not coming of age, but like still like yeah, coming to terms with sexuality or like still dealing with like homophobic internal homophobia
Right.
and
And I mean, those are real things, right?
I know it's
And
just
I feel, and also too, I feel as if
and then it's
other
just like a
markets like
rush storyline. I
Taiwan
don't
and
know.
Thailand are okay with having these very far fetched
Like a fantasy
storylines.
world where everyone's kind of accepting and the whole friend group gay. I
Yeah.
just feel like
Or
that'd be
you're
nice to see in a
having,
Korean BL too sometimes to like normalize it a little more.
mm-hmm, or you're having a robot as your
Or
lover.
Taiwan is like we're so past anything we gotta really scoop
We gotta
for for
have
anything.
robots.
Literally, we're gonna go smash some butler robots and stuff. I don't know.
Right. A mess. What is your show?
My show is Century of Love.
Which is a
Was
great
the
show, by
new
the way.
yeah that new Dow Off Road show.
Mm-hmm.
Really love it. Just saw episodes 3 and 4 yesterday. It was really good. I'm loving
Yes.
this crunchy old man. This hundred
A
year old man
curmudgeon.
that's
Santa's a
being so rude, and
curmudgeon.
he's just like in denial. He's like, you can't be wide because you're a man, and like I fell in love with a woman. Like she needs to reincarnate as a woman, and it's like, buddy.
Boy, all because he got a dangalang don't mean it ain't bad. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
I'm like, if
Like
true
all
reincarnation is
roads are
not gonna
pointing to
pick the
V,
same
okay?
gender. And so
Right.
I'm
We
like,
don't know
if you
what
really loved her,
reincarnation
then
gonna
you'll
be looking
love.
like.
Yeah, if you love her soul so much, if you really love her soul, then this is her. Like, but
Yeah.
I just love their chemistry, and they really work well together. And it's a silly show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, excited to
I
see
mean,
what's
my
gonna
favorite
happen.
in that show is the great granddaughter Jew.
Yes, she's like grandpa getting boners. Grandpa. I was
Like
like,
she knows all
yes,
the tea. She is ready. Okay, she know
she
all
was
the tea.
ready. And this latest episode where we was trying to like, he's trying to seduce, he's trying to seduce this man in the room. I was like,
He
oh
really
my,
tried.
and it
I was like,
worked because he had another little sexy like thought spirit dream.
right,
And Tal
and
was
got
like, "You've been
he had
watching
a wet
too much
dream,
Naruto." I was
literally.
like, "Not Naruto." That's funny. Really
But
funny.
he literally had a wet dream, literally, twice about this
Twice. I
man.
would too.
That
I would too.
I have to admit, off road is looking pretty good. You
They both
know,
looking real good.
I mean, both of them are, but off road looking pretty good.
I was like,
I got to
oh,
give him that.
it's crazy how these two were. They were just friends in like a. They used to be in like a T-pop group together. That kind of disbanded,
Oh, okay.
and they like wanted to stick together because they didn't want the. I don't know. They didn't want the group to disband, but
I
they
see.
decided to like keep
Okay.
working together because were like besties the whole time,
Yeah.
or like quote unquote
Okay.
besties because obviously they look like they love each other, and they're
Well, yeah. Clearly, they're enjoying each other's
clearly
company.
because they live. I think they
Clearly.
live together too, so clearly they
Oh,
you know
you know
they're
what? We're not gonna
roommates.
speculate nothing.
They're
Instead, know what we are
roommates.
gonna speculate though?
What
We're gonna speculate the rebound. So let's get into
the okay?
it. So we have a mid-season review of the rebound, which we have been enjoying. Um, so Jonathan, what do we think of the show so far?
I think I wish it wasn't 2 episodes a week that we're flying through this already.
We are, because I think it's only supposed to be 12 episodes, right?
I'm not even sure. It might be 10.
Oh my gosh. So we're
I
more than
mean, Century
halfway.
of Love is 10, I think, because they already posted like a come watch our finale live, and I'm like, damn,
What?
why is everything finishing so fast? We just got this. You guys dumped so many
Yeah.
shows on us at the same time, and now you're gonna end like in 2 weeks.
So what they should have done was just done one episode a week at this point.
Yeah, the rebound.
Like,
Yeah, it's 12 episodes,
okay.
but it's gonna end like
Um,
mid August. We just started in July.
which, you know what, maybe that's not a bad thing, but also like there's too many shows releasing 2 episodes a week at the moment. Like we got too much going on.
Drowning,
Right.
drowning. I think it's good though. I'm liking Frank in this show. Loving Frank in this show actually.
Frank, you know what? Frank is fine.
Frank
I
looks
don't care what anybody
good.
says.
Like his hair is
You
changing
know,
every other scene because they obviously did so many reshoots probably. Because he has
probably.
like medium cut hair, then it's like super short, then it's medium cut.
Well,
But
he getting haircuts, maintenance,
no.
Um,
But he looks good in the show.
he does. And you know what? I appreciate a guy with nice legs. He has nice legs. He
Ooh.
really does. Like I love calf muscles that are a little meaty, like a little heavier than the rest of the body.
Oh my
So yeah,
god,
he looks good.
he looked good
Go
though.
ahead, Frank. Mm-hmm.
And he has a tattoo. I
Speak.
didn't know that was his real tattoo. I
I
wasn't.
saw that. Yes.
Yeah, I was like,
Speaking of
oh,
which, you know what I'm upset about? So before we get into this, we're gonna have some spoilers, okay? Um, I'm upset that we no longer see or get a pass of Cass's ass.
oh
You
my
know,
god. I mean, he
I'm a
was
little
wild.
upset.
Then for it was 0 to 100.
Literally,
I was
I
like, you're
wanted to see
beating
those
up.
cakes again. Now I'm gonna have to go
Too
back to
bad.
episode 2 and look.
Yeah, because
So
he was doing too much to these high schoolers. I was like, these
right,
are just kids that you're beating up to be
right.
like, play my basketball game,
And
gun
we didn't even
smack.
get a good, sex scene with
With
him
him and Q.
and Q.
Like they needed to give us a good moment. Like they gave us a good makeout scene, which I was surprised. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
Kim and
But I
Kimon
wanted
is
to see.
kissing.
I mean, if you're
My
going to be
man.
showing his cheeks like that coming out of the bathtub, at least show his cheeks a little bit more. A little
No.
bang bang or something.
Oh my
Like give us a
god.
Ken Porsche kind of scene, something.
It's crazy thinking about like he wanted to also get with Ryu, and I'm like, girl, they're high schoolers. Like, Jesus. Remember he
Yeah,
wanted to smash Ryu?
yeah, I was like, your ass is what?
I was like, how old are you, sir?
Like your ass is at least almost 30. And you trying to
Oh,
get with
more than
these.
that. You trying to get with these high school
Yeah, he's not
sophomores?
more than 30. He's probably about 30. And he trying to get with these
I mean, let's see.
these 18-year-olds.
I was like, ooh, oof.
Let's not look up the actor's real age because
Nah, I'm
that
gonna
don't make
find
any
this
sense
man.
because we
I'm gonna
know
find
the
this
actors'
man.
real ages are all older than high school, okay?
Oh, he's
Because we
28. Oh, he's my age.
yeah. Hmm.
He
But I
look.
think
He
he's
don't look
supposed to play
28.
somebody
But
that's like late 20s, maybe 30 at the oldest, you know.
I mean, he's supposed to be this
Um
mob boss. I don't, so I don't believe a young mob boss. But
no, I do because they start them off young, you know, like
who's starting a mob?
hood rats start off when they're in high school. That's how
I know,
they
but he's
recruit them when
losing
they're young.
millions with
And
these.
then they go up through the ranks. So usually by the time they're 30, they're already making decisions, you know. So
I don't know.
because they've been in the game for a while.
This
So
scheme seemed
clearly,
pretty small since everyone was in this
yeah,
one little
because he's
bunker
not
to
the
get
big boss.
shot.
He got somebody above him,
Did
you
he
know.
really? Oh, so you think there's more
Yes,
to it?
he had somebody above him. So
All
that's
right.
why
So he's a minor
yeah,
boss.
so
Minor boss.
yeah, he's not, he's not the big honcho, you know. Um but other than that, you know what else I realized they have not shown us in a while?
Who?
We have not seen any more sweet cheek booty meat. They
Oh
only did
my
that in
god.
episode 2. We have not seen any more cheeks since then.
You got some Frank doing some other things.
Right. Where he was
That was
getting his
so
sheets wet.
unnecessary. So
Right.
unnecessary.
Unnecessary. But then again, it's like, man, he literally had a hard on for Zen.
For Zen. I was like,
And Tom
Zen?
had a hard on for Zen,
I was like,
child.
all right, Frank is in his top era, though. First time. It's the first for something.
He's in his something. Or maybe he wanted a bottom for Zen. I don't know.
I don't
Whatever
know
it
about
was,
that.
it
It was
was
getting
getting his nuts
his
for
little
vibrating.
Frankie.
That's all I know.
Frankie was
So,
going off.
right. His Frankfurter.
That's Frankfurt. Ew.
So a
But
spoiler, because we said we're gonna have spoilers. We know that Ryu finally confessed to Zen
yes.
after I don't know how many years.
How many episodes?
Like,
It's only been like 2 years in story of
well,
them being
no,
like real
because
weird to
they're
each
in
other.
11th grade. Okay,
They're
but
sophomores.
apparently the crush
That's
11th
10th grade.
11th grade. It's 11th grade. I promise you,
They're
it's 11th
juniors?
grade. They're juniors because they met when they were in middle school when they were in 8th grade.
They
So
met when
some
in
years
8th
had
grade,
passed.
and
Yeah.
Ryu's been gone for 2 years.
Yeah, 11th grade. They started, and when the season started, they were already in the first year of 11th grade.
I guess, but I think Ryu is like held back. I think he's in 10th grade. Cause I think Zen
I
was
think,
like, "See you in your 10th grade classes" or something.
yeah, oh, that's right. He might be held back because he missed the year, he missed some school.
Yeah, all right, maybe.
So,
All right. So they're still like 16, 17. They're still babies.
yeah, they're still, yeah, even though, what's his name does not
Mean
look,
over here got tattoos and
yeah, he does not look like somebody who's 16.
even Frank too, like a whole tattoo. And I'm like, you're a high schooler with tattoos? Cool.
Yeah,
You so
I
cool,
mean,
bro.
then again, it is Thailand. Maybe they can have tattoos in high school. Maybe that's not a big deal.
How do you think?
Because piercings is not a big deal in high school there either. So,
True. No,
but
they
anywho.
if in the strict schools they make you take it out. How do you think
Yeah.
Q is in the show, Namin?
I think Q is supposed to be maybe 2 years older.
Like a couple years older. You think he's
Yeah,
also
like maybe maybe he'll be 19, maybe 20.
Okay.
Not a lot older. Do you think do you think Q had a crush on Ryu, or do you think it was just a brotherly thing?
No, he liked him.
You
Like
think
at
so?
first, I mean, that's what he said in the show too. He was like, he was like, "You're my brother, blah blah blah. You're my little brother." And then like when he was gonna like shoot him, he was like, "No, I love him. I love him. Don't shoot him. Like that's my man. Kind of like that's my baby." I don't know.
Yeah, and that could probably explain why I think he was low key kind of jealous of Zen because he could tell.
Oh yeah,
Ryu
that's
had a
why.
thing for Zen.
Yeah, he was like putting his arm around him and like, take a photo of us.
Right. He's like this little low.
And that's why he didn't want the boss to also get with Ryu, because he was like, no, don't touch
Yeah.
my man. That's also my
Do you?
dong. That's also my crush. I don't know.
Yes.
It came in a little bit of both.
Yeah. And then I also think as well. I will say this. I don't know if you
I
noticed
also
this,
think.
but Cass was not look dead, or is he not dead?
Girl, I know. That's why I'm like, are we going to get another boss character, or are we going to focus on the basketball the rest of the show?
That's what I'm wondering too.
Because there's 12
Because I mean,
episodes. This was
clearly,
episode 8, right?
yeah. I think there might be a little bit more, or there may not be, because I mean, maybe it'll bring him in for the last episode. A final
Final.
battle. Because the money's being recouped, or there's the big boss.
Big
Above
honcho gonna
him,
come in.
gonna come in and saying, "Where's my money?" Or Q might end up getting in trouble. So I
True.
think there's
But Q's
there's
gonna end
stuff
up with
to see.
Frank though. Well, but with Nam with
You think
Atom.
so?
Yes, they're the side couple. In the poster, at
You
least, it looks like
you
they're
really?
together. Yeah.
I mean, they haven't even
They
met
have yet to
yet.
say a word to each other, but they're gonna throw them
Right?
together at the last hour. Cause
Really?
yeah, all I know is when are they gonna get this coach, to get with the principal of the school? 'Cause
I
they're
want to
having way
see
too
it.
much chemistry for me.
Right? I'm like, I can't see y'all as just being friends,
I was like, and
and I
also like,
want to
is
see
no one
this
gonna confront this
adult.
man for his drinking problem? It's crazy.
I need them to do that
Like
because
even the
this
daughter's
man.
like, yeah, stop drinking. I'm like, boy, like what? Like why do you have this big drinking problem? Just because you were like
Right.
a failed athlete or something? I don't know. This
Like,
is
it didn't make it.
endangering
He was
children.
doing a lot. He day drinking, night
Even the
drinking.
principal, like no one smell that. You can smell alcohol in someone's breath
No, well,
from a
the
mile
principal did
away.
mention there was a day that he came in. He's like, "Oh, you don't smell like alcohol today."
And I was like, you lying, because he still hasn't he just hasn't started yet.
Right.
Because he poured himself
before
a glass right
So
after.
I mean, that means there was an improvement. So before, he used to come in already
Nah, because
tipsy.
afterwards he
Now
was
he's drinking
sloshed.
after he gets in.
He was
So a
sloshed
little
the whole
better, but still
after.
not where he needs to be.
Terrible.
Terrible.
But I hope he gets with this principal, man, because I ship it.
I really want to see it happen too. Like, I need to see it. I need, an illicit, like, office scandal, something. Like,
Yes.
I want somebody bent over the desk and
Oh, I don't
screech,
know about that, but then we have another side. There's like so many couples in the show. We're randomly getting what's their faces? What is the other kids? There's like randomly these other two boys that are getting together.
Oh yeah, they already kind of shipped together as two of the guys on the basketball team. I forgot the name, but I don't really care.
I
So
forgot them too, but work.
yeah, I don't really care about
The more the
them. It's like,
merrier.
go ahead.
The more the
Like,
merrier.
great.
But I just protect my baby Shogun. He's so cute.
Yes, Shogun, my baby.
I was like, did we talk about that? That the show was like having some autism representation with his character?
Yes, I think we did talk about it when we first mentioned it as one of our new shows a few
Yeah.
episodes back. And I mean, I love him. And I was like, you have to protect him at all costs because what a sweetie pie, you
He's
know?
so cute. Yeah.
And people were trying to make fun of him and all of that. I was like, you better leave my baby alone because I will get Uncle-y up in here and show up.
He was like the team was trying to
and
bully him
start
too.
busting some kneecaps.
Stop. These are high schoolers.
Listen, if I'm gonna have to bust a high schooler's kneecap for messing with, a kid who is just trying to live his life and
He's
play
just trying
basketball,
to play basketball. And is really good at it.
I'm gonna have to be like, look, you're gonna get a temporary busted knee.
Oh my god.
So you can't play basketball, and now you're gonna remember, don't mess with this kid.
Those other like super seniors that got kicked out for like I don't know, smoking marijuana in the break room. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were doing that or crack, but they were
right.
Doing
I was like, y'all smoking crack.
Y'all
high schoolers smoking
y'all way
crack
out
in
of
Thailand.
order.
That's wild.
I mean, if they smoking crack pot and doo-doo and stuff like that here, I mean, they could do it anywhere.
I know. I was like, damn.
Yeah,
this school got a drug problem.
Yeah, there's a drug problem, okay? And then people found out, and that's why, they got into the mess they were in.
Anyways, but I really loved that scene where Ryu, Zen, and Adam were all in the bed together.
Mm-hmm.
And Frank was like, they're all like cuddling closer to Zen. It was really cute. And I was like,
Yeah.
let's just
Thruple.
let's just thruple it. Come on now.
And with that said, let's get out of here so we don't become a thruple. Okay.
No.
Because we gotta go.
We do.
That is it for this episode of Ride Can Top My Knee. Be safe and have your knees bounded. Just like the thruple. Like Atom, Zen, and Ryu. That's it.
Hope the ride in your life doesn't bust your knee. There you go.
Busted, baby. Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye.